Hello, everyone. My name is Amber Hurley, and I'm presenting on the article Bringing Reality to Classroom Management and Teacher Education for the EDUF 7116 research course. The article's authors, Gordon Eisenman, Susan Edwards, and Carrie Ann Cushman state, learning how to manage a classroom effectively is a difficult task for pre-service teachers. The reasons for the difficulty lie in the lack of attention to the field by the profession, lack of formal preparation in the field by most teachers, and the lack of reality-based pedagogy in many teacher education classrooms. A vast majority of teachers, whether they are pre-service, fairly new, or veterans, feel classroom management is a very important part of education. Despite this, most educator preparation programs offer less than a course, often just a module or few lessons on classroom management. Teachers express dissatisfaction with the preparation they've received to effectively handle classroom management issues in their teacher education coursework. The authors set out to investigate the perceptions of pre-service teachers enrolled in educator preparation programs at Georgia Regents University regarding their training for effective classroom management practices. The rationale for this research was to justify how the teaching profession should look to classroom management as a resource to improve student learning as opposed to just controlling behavior. The method the researchers implemented for this investigation was made up of several components. Pre-service teachers would participate in 5 key activities and assessments over the course of their training. They included a movie study where pre-service teachers selected a film about an educator to view, rate, and reflect on several management and engagement qualities. This activity caused pre-service teachers to make connections to the events in the movie to classroom management theory. Pre-service teachers also participated in multiple micro-teaching experiences where they would implement a lesson for their peers. Their peers would role-play common management scenarios that required the teacher's attention. This activity applied the components of classroom management to real-world contexts and situations. Pre-service teachers also created an animated video or comic strip highlighting the appropriate and inappropriate reactions a teacher might have when encountering student misbehaviors. A student mentor-teacher observation experience where pre-service teachers were paired with an experienced teacher to view and chart classroom interactions between teachers and students deemed as behavior problems also occurred. The observation results were sorted into positive, negative interactions and reflected upon. And finally, the development of a personal management system, which was aligned to the pre-service teachers' teaching beliefs, which had to include a sample parent newsletter, teaching philosophy, classroom rules chart, and a notebook of go-to preventative and corrective management strategies that could one day be used in future classrooms was also created. There were 2 major findings by the researchers following their investigation. First, the management strategies where the focus was placed on student learning versus just requiring student compliance were most effective. Deemed to call students out or draw attention to the negative rarely led to on-task behavior. Second, the incorporation of real-world classroom management activities and assessments were deemed by the pre-service teachers as more beneficial over just their theory and pedagogy courses. Although the researchers did a great job correlating the importance of real-world experiences to effective classroom management practices, there are still gaps in the research. The limited availability of research detailing teacher preparation for classroom management is that major gap. The first articles and research published on this subject were not available until the 1980s. There is a strong need for more investigation in this area. My main takeaways from this research investigation were as follows. The study of theory and research behind classroom management isn't sufficient. Pre-service teachers need many real-world experiences with common classroom management issues during their preparation coursework to be successful in their future classrooms. The next few slides detail connections to the article in our textbook. Looking at the type of research conducted, mixed methods research was implemented for this topic. Both quantitative and qualitative research methods were used to investigate the teacher education program's preparation of pre-service teachers for classroom management. The quantitative method conducted was causal comparative, which is a non-experimental research method. There was no manipulation of the independent variable in this study. The qualitative method conducted was a case study, where detailed accounts of the behavior of a person or group, i.e. the pre-service teachers, was documented after being studied over a period of time. Looking at the types of variables present in the research, first we have the independent variable, which would have to be the classroom management preparations provided to the pre-service and new teachers. The dependent variable would have to be the effectiveness of implemented classroom management practices by pre-service and new teachers after participating in the course. Examples of quantitative and qualitative variables present in this research include, first, qualitative, the written reflections, observation notes, survey interview responses, and the types of management strategies implemented by the pre-service and new teachers. The quantitative variables would include pre-service teacher scores on their coursework preparation activities and assessments. I'd like to close this presentation with another quote from the authors. They state, "Beginning teachers report that weak classroom management skills and disruptive students are often the most significant barriers to being a good teacher. And often, teachers in their first few years of teaching blame their teacher preparation programs for failing to adequately prepare them for classroom management. Devoting a single module or lesson to classroom management is not sufficient to prepare a new teacher for the realities of many of today's classrooms. Intensive hands-on experiences with common management issues is necessary to ensure our new teachers are aware and prepared for the difficulties they may surely face once they are in charge of their future classrooms." I thank you for viewing and listening.